Hello and welcome to another Japanese in 5, where we take 5 minutes out of the gardening that you were doing in the backyard and we learn some Japanese. Today we're going to talk about action order. When you do things in a language, a lot of times you say, I will do this before I do that, or I will do this after I do that. And that's an important thing to know in Japanese, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to run through 3 patterns. First, we're going to talk about A shite kara B. And this means after I do A, I'll do B. So kara, you'll know, is used as from many times. So from doing A, I will do B. Or after A, I will do B. And we're going to be using the te form of the verb to do it. Okay? So for example, we'll take a simple sentence here. Tabete kara ikimasu. I will go after I eat. After I eat, I will go. Nete kara hatarakimasu. Nete kara hatarakimasu. Think about it. I will work after I sleep. By the way, it's very handy if you do things in reverse. A lot of times, like you'll see me a lot of times, I'll start from the back and go this way, because Japanese has the verb always that you're doing at the end. We typically have it in the beginning, so it's nice to reverse it and get the beginning of the sentence. So, before I work, I will sleep. Literally, you're saying nete kara, sorry. No, that was right. The sleeping happens before you work. Nete kara, after sleeping, I will work. Now we're going to reverse it. We're going to keep the verbs in the exact same position, but we're going to change this yellow portion. Okay? And also, we have to change the format of the verb. Before we had the te form, now we have the, what is this called? Just the normal dictionary form of the verb, the casual future present tense. So it's suru. That's what you would look up in the dictionary and find the verb to do is suru. So, e suru mae ni be. Mae by itself means before. Because it's a time, you have to mark it with a time marker ni. So, mae ni. Okay? So, this is before I do A, I will be. It's the exact opposite of what we had before. So I'm going to take the exact same sentence and just change the middle part. So, neru mae ni hatarakimasu. I will work before I sleep. Or, no, there is no or, that's what it is. I will work before I sleep. Or, yeah, actually you could say before I sleep, I will work. I had to think about that one. See, the English can change, but the Japanese sentence doesn't change. The only thing that changes is this middle part and the verb. And why do we have to have neru, this future tense here, instead of, why couldn't I say nete mae ni? Well, the action hasn't happened yet. Before you sleep, you have to do this. It hasn't happened, it's in the future. That's why you're using the future tense here. Alright? Taberu mae ni ikimasu. Before I eat, I will go. Taberu mae ni ikimasu. Okay? Now let's again flip it. And we're going to say, after I do A, I will do B. A shita ato ni B. Okay, after I do A, I will do B. Notice now, this is not future tense anymore. It's now past tense. After I have done A, I will do B. It has to be done in the past. Same sentences. Neta ato ni, after I sleep, hatarakimasu. I will work. Neta ato ni hatarakimasu. Now notice again, ato means after, ni makes it a time marker. You will hear people sometimes drop it. They'll say neta ato hatarakimasu. You might hear it without the ni. It's not exactly wrong, but it's better with the ni. It's more natural sounding. All right, next one. Tabeta ato ni ikimasu. After I eat, I will go. Tabeta ato ni ikimasu. Now let's give you some longer sentences. I'm not going to give you the translations of the sentence. The next 2 sentences I want you to translate in the comments, but first type out the entire Japanese sentence, then below it give us the English translation. That way people know what you're translating. It doesn't look like random weird sentences. All right, so here's the first one. 日本に9年間住んでからアメリカに帰りました。日本に9年間住んでからアメリカに帰りました。In the comments. Next one. 日本に行く前はなるべく日本語を勉強した方がいいです。日本に行く前はなるべく日本語を 勉強した方がいいです。Let me give you a quick hint. You'll notice that the particle here used to be ni, now it's wa. That's because we're specifically pointing out this, it's a stress on 日本に行く前 as opposed to another time. Okay? The ni could be there, but having the wa is better. And it could even be mae ni wa. All are acceptable. All right, one final thing to talk about that might throw you for a loop. This has to do with how kanji is used in Japanese. So we have this here. We have the same kanji listed twice. There's two different readings for the kanji, and both are used to say after something. If you have the ta form of the verb, which is the past tense, plus ato, it means after that verb. But with suru verbs, only with suru verbs, you can remove the suru and add go. If it's going to be 3 kanji in a row, basically, okay? So words like this are very common. 練習後. The verb is 練習する. You could say 練習した後, which means after practice, or after I practice, but 練習後 is much more commonly used to say after practice. Okay? Here's another one. 食事後. You could say 食事した後. You could say even 食事の後. Because 食事 means meal, you could say 食事後 and ren. I think you could say 食後. Ren. Ren 寝てました。Can you say 食後? 食後も問題ないですね。食事後よりは食後使うよね、多分。So naturally you're going to probably say 食後. Get rid of the G. 食後 means after food, after eat. 食後. Very common. And here's one. We don't know what happens, but there's a time after death. It's 死後. After death. After death. Okay, now, I'll give you a final word just to blow your mind. Remember, I want both of those sentences in the comments below for YouTube and for the website, yesjapan.com. But this is another good word just to blow your mind. This is using the kanji that was used for mae is this, but another way to read it is zen. And there is ato, which means after. This is before, this is after. Zengo means before and after. So for example, you could say, 映画の前後が面白かった。英語 Not 英語。Party. Let's say party. I was going to say 映画。Party の前後が面白かった。It was fun before and after the party. But maybe the party itself wasn't fun. If you'd like to learn more Japanese, there are 4 Japanese from Zero book series, all available on Amazon.com. Or if you live in a country like the Philippines or Zimbabwe or some other country like Russia that typically doesn't have Amazon service, you can go to bookdepository.com and get shipping for free, and the book prices are actually the right price. So check it out. I'll see you all on the next Japanese in 5. Bye bye. 寝てたでしょ。